it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to Marathon Wednesday, where we take on the bigger catalogues. Today we have got a band that they come under English folk rock with a bit of punk thrown in, and they of course are Levellers. Now they were formed in Brighton in East Sussex in 1988, and the band consists of Mark Chadwick, who's guitars and vocals, Jeremy Cunningham on the bass, Charlie Heather on the drums, John Sevink on violin, Simon Friend guitar and vocals, Matt Savage on the keyboards, Dan Donnelly guitar. They took their name from the Levellers political movement, and they've released their first EP in 1989. They played Glastonbury and all sorts. They continue to record, and they have made 13 albums to date. So we're going to crack on. So coming in at number 13, we have the 11th album, and it is called We Are the Collective. Now this is it's a 10-track album that features some acoustic re-recordings of some of their great songs and 2 new songs as well. So it's Mark Chadwick, Charlie Heather, Jerry Cunningham, Simon Friend, Jonathan Seving, Matt Savage. We've got the Moulettes, or a string thing, do cello, percussion, violins, violas and vocals, and Laura Kidd as guest vocalist. So as I said, some of these songs are on other albums, so we'll talk about them, but they're all acoustic versions. You've got Exodus on here, Liberty Song, which I think is one of the best songs on here. England My Home. I've really lined up these tracks. Subvert, Hope Street, Elation's pretty good. Dance Before the Storm. The Shame. Now this is one of them, the new ones. It's a very simple song, some nice guitars. It's a super song. But the best track is that it's got Laura Kidd guested, and it's called Drug Bust McGee. Such a great track. My favourite on the album. And One Way. It's a very good album. They've really took these songs and put them through the mill, as I say. It's got some excellent stuff on it, and I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 5.9. Okay, coming in at number 12 from 2023, Together All Now. It's a very similar sort of album to We Are the Collective. You've got Mark on here, Jeremy, Charlie, Jonathan, Simon and Matt and Dan. So this one's got The Game, Down by the River, the Cholera Well, Together All the Way, Make the World Wheels, which is the best track on here. I mean, I like the track anyway, but it's really good as a acoustic style, sort of chamber music type thing. And the Battle of Beanfield, Man of War, very Celtic that is. Sell Out, Sitting in the Social. I think out of these collective albums, this one's just a tad better, but it's still they're both excellent albums. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 11, we've got the 6th album released in the year 2000, and it's called Hello Pig. Same lineup, and the first track on here is Happy Birthday Revolution. Now on here, Mark Chadwick sounds a tad like John Lennon in places. I like the guitars and the mandolin on this. It's a super song. Then we get Invincible. The bass line from Jeremy is excellent. It's got a little groove to it. Charlie's drumming is pretty cool as well. Then we have a track called The Weed That Killed Elvis. Interesting drumming on here. It's got a bit of industrial feel to it. The effects are good. It's a solid track. Edge of the World comes next. It's a simple arrangement. Guitar, piano and Mark singing. Very good. One of my favourites. Do It All Again Tomorrow. The percussion seems to be lagging behind the rest of the band, but it doesn't spoil the track. It's quite clever, actually. Walk Lightly. It's a very nice song. Nothing special, but it's still pleasant. Then my favourite track on this one is called Voices on the Wind. I love the voice effects on this. The psychedelicness of it is such a good track. Then we get Sold England. It's got a bit of a heavier guitar riff on it. It's really good. Modern Day Tragedy. It's quite psychedelic and spacey. I do love that track. The vocals on that are super from Mark. Then we get Dreams. Nice harmony singing on here. It's a sort of a traditional sort of folk song style. 61 minutes of pleading. It's a true story. It's a very dark song. I'm not going to go into the details because it is quite sinister. It's quite a moving song. Then we get Red Sunburn. Some wonderful violin playing by Jonathan on this. Really gives it that extra depth. And the last track, Gold and Silver, just felt a little bit flat. Yeah, last track on the album, Syndrome. I'm not a big fan of this 60 minutes of pleading because it is quite dark and it's but the rest of the album has got some good stuff on it, so I'm going to give that one an RTO ranking of 6.3. Coming in at number 10 then, the 12th album from 2020, and it's called Peace. So the first track on here is Food Roof Family. Some nice guitar on this, and it's intermingled with the Jonathan's violin. Really super track to open the album. Generation Fear. Love the start of this guitar. It's good. It's folk punk sort of thing. It really is different, but I do like it. Four Lost Boys. It's got a real Celtic feel to it. Now you think this, you know, but they're from Brighton, so there's nothing to do with Ireland at all, but it's got such a Celtic feel to it. It's an excellent track. Burning Hate Like Fire, one of my favourite tracks on here. I like Jonathan's violin playing, the long strokes on the violin. Very, very good. My favourite track on this one is called Born That Way. It's a bit of a rocker. I love the riffs on this. It's a very strong vocal from Mark. Our New Day. Now this has got, it's a mixture of punk riffs and folky singing, and it really works. I really like that track. Calling Out, I think this has got Jonathan's best violin performance on the album. It's quite rocky as well on the whole. Ghosts in the Water, the acoustics on this are really nice. There's a nice echo on the vocals as well. The Men Who Would Be King. Second favourite track from this album. It's really rocky. Excellent track. Then we've got Albion and Phoenix. It's okay. It's not the best track on the album. Our Future. It's really good. It's got a nice beat to it. It reminds me of the Pogues a little bit as well. So that's probably why I like the rate. I think this is one of their better later albums. It's got quality songs on it, some great tracks. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay, then coming in at number 9, the 7th album from 2002, Green Blade Rising. We've got some additional musicians on here. We've got Rowan Goddell on backing vocals, Tim O'Leary on whistles, and Chopper on cello. First track, Four Winds. I love the start of this. I love the bass, and the violin sort of takes over from the bass. Excellent track. My favourite track of this one is track 2, Falling from the Tree. What a great track. I don't know, this sounds like it's got a bit of a didgeridoo thing going on here, but it's at the beginning, it's got lots of great elements of folk music. Super track. Pretty Target. Very REM. but it's very good. I mean, Mark does a great vocal on that one. Super track. Come On is dominated by the violin of Jonathan. Poor. There is not many Levelers tracks I don't like, but this is one of them. It's so boring. It's got no life in it. Not a big fan of that. Aspects of Spirit. Mark's vocals are super on this. It's very passionate. It's a good track. Wild as Angels. Very commercial for Levelers, but it's a very good track. Believers. It's okay. It's a little bit different. It's not a bad track out. Then we get a chorus line, which is one of these punky, folky songs again. I really like that unique sound they have acquired. Now, not what we wanted. Pretty solid song. I love the bongos on this. It really is a difference. And the last track, Wake the World, one of my favourite songs on here. The bass and the keyboards, really good. Yeah, there's a couple of tracks I'm not particularly fond of on here. But on the whole, again, it's a very, very good album. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 6.6. Okay, coming in at number 8, we have the debut album from 1990, and it's called A Weapon Called The World. We've got some guests on here. We've got Tim Lewis on the Wurlitzer, and Phil Tennant plays guitar on the album as well. First track, World Freak Show. World Freak Show. The first thing I noticed about this is the time signature on the drums from Charlie. It's a little bit different and it makes the song really interesting. Carry Me, it's got a mixture of folk and a bit of Pogues sort of feel to it. I like that. Very good track. My favourite track on here is called Outside Inside. I love the drumming from Charlie on that. It's got a real good roll to it. I love Jonathan's violin work on that one. Together All the Way. What a bass line on this from Jeremy. Really is driving the song. Excellent song. Barrel of the Gun. It's a very busking. You can imagine them doing this busking. It's excellent track. Three Friends is next. It's sort of a new wave thing with a guitar riff and a folky violin, so it's quite a fusiony track, that is. I Have No Answers. Great drumming from Charlie on this, and it's one of the best vocals from Mark on the album. No Change. Very rebel song on the acoustic guitar. Blind Faith. Very basic track. Very, very powerful track. The Ballad of Robbie Jones. The vocals are a little bit flat in places on this, but it's okay. England My Home, some great riffs on there. That is a great vocal from Mark on What You Know. A lovely song to end the album. Very good debut album. It's quite safe, which is understandable for your first album, but it's a good solid start. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 7, we've got the 8th album from 2005, Truth and Lies. No, it's just Mark, Charlie, Jeremy, Simon, Jonathan and Matt. First track is Last Man Alive. The guitars are wonderful on this. You've got Simon and Mark doing some little interplay on there. Very rustic sort of feel as well. Make You Happy. It's quite a commercial song, but it's got a catchy tune and I like that. Confess. It's got some banjo on this. It's pretty good and I like that. It's quite a busy track as well. For All Us. It's a sing-along track, really. I like Charles's drum signature on this. It really is different. Not Around the World. A solid track. Brilliant harmony vocals on this. It's a great folk song. Steel Knife. The harmonies are good. The main vocals good. It's another great song. My favourite on here is a track called Wheels. It reminds me of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. It's got that vibe to it, that guitar style. Excellent track. Said and done. The banjo really adds to this, gives it that proper folky feel. Who's the Daddy? The drumming at the really beginning of this is superb from Charlie. The Damned, very dark track. Well, I won't go into the lyric content, but it's quite dark, but it is good. Sleeping, certainly got the last track on the album, Syndrome there, probably the weakest one. Very consistent album. I like how they mix it up a bit, and you've got all sorts of styles of music on this. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.2. Oh dear. Okay then, coming in at number 6, we have the 9th album from 2008, Letters from the Underground. No additionals on here. My favourite, opens up with my favourite track, and that's the Cholera Well. I mean, I love the orchestral sort of version they did, but this is brilliant. That's one of my favourite tracks by the Levelers. I love the drumming from Charlie, is great. You know, Jonathan comes into his own on this. The violin sort of strangles round the drum beat. Excellent song. Death Loves You, good track, very Celtic rock song. Mark's vocal is super on that. Eyes Wide comes next. Strange start, but it is a little bit of a mishmash track, but it does work. Before the end, there's some whispery vocals on this. The drumming is excellent. The guitar tone is just something different. Very good track. Burn American Merm, love the track. Once again, it's Charlie and Jonathan that sort of take this track into another atmosphere. Excellent track. Heart of the Country, second favourite track on here. It's got an excellent guitar riff and some soothing violin to complement that. Pale Rider, it's a story. It mentions a lot of places in London, such as Edgware Road and King's Cross. It is a very political track as well. A Life of Less Ordinary. The start of it sounds like My Generation from The Who. But and then it goes off into something else. It's quite a fun track. Accidental Anarchist. I like Jonathan's violin solo on this. It's a great track and it really adds to it. I think if you hadn't got that violin solo, it'd be quite ordinary. Then we have Duty, uplifting track. The drumming again from Charlie is brilliant. Fight or Flight. Now this is quite heavy for an acoustic track. It's very powerful and a super vocal from Mark. Great track to end the album. Great tracks from top to bottom. No filler on here. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, coming in at number 5, we got the second album from 1991, Level in the Land. Mark, Simon, Jeremy, Jonathan, Charlie. First track is One Way. Another of those tracks that sounds like REM. I don't know if they're influenced by them, but I love the funky bass line from Jeremy as well. The Game, from the beginning of the violin work from Jonathan on this, it just builds up. The highlight of this is in the middle bit when Charlie's drumming has a little sort of virtuoso. 15 years. Now this wasn't on the original pressing, but I've mentioned it because it's absolutely brilliant track. It's got a great riff on it, that's why I've mentioned it. But my favourite track on here is a great song called The Boatman. It's a story again. It's basically about a person that travels around on the canals. I love canals. There's a little bit of didgeridoo or something like that. Really good. Liberty's song. This is written by co-written by original member Alan Miles before they got famous. So the song had been around a little while. Some nice guitar work on there. Far From Home is a lovely, uplifting folk song. Beautiful. Sell Out. Jeremy's bass line is absolutely brilliant. It's a very punk feel to that bass line. Another Man's Cause. It's very political, but that's what I like. Lovely little sound on it though. The Road, banjos and mandolins really are the highlight of this track. The River Flow. It's Jonathan's violin playing again. It's such a brilliant, and it's got a great guitar solo on it as well. The Battle of Beanfield. Great track. But this is the original of this is the best. It's just got some great tones on it. It's a great little story as well. Last track on the album as well. Definitely built on their debut album. This is where this album sort of they started to get their distinctive sound. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.6. Okay, coming in at number 4, fifth album from 1997, and it's Mouth to Mouth. Got some guests on here. We have got Eddie Reader backing vocals, Steve Broughton on the keyboards, Christopher Taylor on percussion, Marcus McCarroll on the pedal steel guitar, the London Metropolitan Orchestra on the strings, and the kick horns on the brass. Dog Train is the first track on here. This is quite acoustic, some very simple guitar, very nice vocal from Mark. What a Beautiful Day. Big hit for them. Great song. Love this, my favourite. Although it's their big hit, it is probably my favourite track by the Levelers. Celebrate. Pedal steel guitars on there is really good. It gives it a very country vibe. Rain and Snow. Quirky little number. I love the drumming from Charlie on this. He is a very underrated drummer, I think. Far Away, pretty solid track. Love the bass line from Jeremy on that. Then we get CCTV. Very REM. There's nothing wrong with that, because REM are a good band themselves. Then we get Chemically Free. Interesting track. I like how this got this stop-start feel, but it's a stop-start feel that flows, if you understand what I'm saying. Very good track. Elation. This is one of the tracks, I think when they did it on the collective albums, it did sound a little bit better. This is a more traditional song with some banjo and guitar. Both great songs, different interpretations. Captain's Courageous, really uplifting song. I love the guitars on this. It's a great vocal from Mark. Survivors. Now this is there's some extra keyboard work in here from Steve Broughton. It's underlying. It's really good. It's a super track. Sail Away, a short little guitar track. Then Too Real. This starts off with a great bass line from Jeremy. I think it's got a very poppy feel to it, but it's an absolute great track. I think they were doing a little bit more experimentation on this album. It's very brave, but it's doing things they've never done before, but it worked. It's a great album, so I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 7.7. Okay, coming in at number 3, the fourth album from 1995, Zeitgeist. And guest musician on here is the one and only Mr. Joe Strummer on the piano on Just the One. Okay, Hope Street opens up this album. It's a great opening track. I love the riffs on it. It's quite rocky for them, quite heavy as well. It's a good vocal from Mark. The Fear, once again. The drumming is great. This is a very punky sort of drum from Charlie. Very, very good. Exodus, again, the drumming from Charlie is fabulous on this album. He really is good on this album. Maid of the River. Then we go on to this more traditional folk sound with a great guitar. Saturday to Sunday. very different. It's a little okay. It's not the best track, but I do like it. 4am. This is that punk folk sort of fusion. Forgotten Ground is more of a mixture of folk and prog. I love it. The keyboard work is super. Fantasy, a good track with a really good guitar solo on it. PC Keen, my favourite track on here. It's got a nice tone. There's just something about this that's quirky, really good. Then just the one with Joe Strummer on the piano. You can just about hear him. It's not one of the best tracks on the album though. Haven't Made It. It's okay. Leave This Town. It's a punk song with distorted guitars and folk. Pretty strange, but I do like it. Then Man and Toll, melodic track, very uplifting as well. Good track, and to end the album, it's another pretty solid album. Some couple of tracks that are not my favourites, but you know, you can't love them all. But I'm going to still give this an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 2 is the same titled third album from 1993, Levellers. Some extras on here. Steve Boakes playing didgeridoo, Jem Finer on the hurdy-gurdy, Callum Williams on bagpipes. The Kickhorns again do the brass instruments. We've got Richard Evans on tin whistle and Jacinda Jones on backing. First track is called Warning. The engine room of Charlie and Jeremy are brilliant on this. They sort of guide the track, and then Jonathan puts some violin on it just to make it even better. Then 100 Years of Solitude. I like this. Jonathan's violin playing is absolutely brilliant. The violin is so important on this track. The Likes of You and I, one of my favourite tracks on here. The vocal from Mark is super. Some great guitar work on that as well. Is This Art? We've got Simon playing the mandolin on here. I love this mandolin on here. It sounds great. Dirty Davy. We've got a little bit of tin whistle. Very Irish from a band from Brighton. This Garden, a great track. The harmony vocals throughout this track are fantastic. Broken Circles. Another 4 or 5 favourites. It's very punk folk fusion. I love the folkness, but I love the punk vocal of it. It's really interesting. But my favourite track is here. It's called Julie, and it includes The Flowers of the Forest and The Crags of Stirling. It's a jiggy sort of Scottish song. It's brilliant. I love this song. Brilliant track on that. The Player, the mandolin, and Simon's really having a good time on the mandolin. Some great vocals from Mark as well. The last track, Belarus, probably one of the heaviest riffs you'll ever hear on a Leveller song. Really heavy. Not that I'll say this, there's never really a bad album, but this album is terrific. It's got a real mixture on it, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.3. Okay, coming in at number 1 then, my favourite album. It's the 10th album from 2012, and it's called Static on the Airwaves. Mark, Charlie, Jeremy, Simon, Jonathan and Matt. First track is the title track, Static on the Airwaves. I love how the static comes out the radio. It really gives it some atmosphere. Great opening track to a great album. Then my favourite track on here is called We Are All Gunmen. One of my favourite tracks by the band. Is a clever song, and I think the video to this is pretty cool as well. Truth Is, great track. Charlie's drumming, it's a good old-fashioned folky song that's got some double bass on it. Excellent. After the Hurricane, heavy and gentle at the same time. It sort of mixes really good. Our Forgotten Town, some excellent riffs on this. The song is by some really interesting pieces on here. I just think it's nearly my favourite track. I think there's some extra little bits on here that really makes it a clever track. Alone in the Darkness, love Mark Savage's keyboards, really nice organ sound through this track. Raft of Medusa, a great little folk song. Mutiny, a very good song. It's about a soldier from the First World War writing home, and he wants to leave it all behind. It's quite amusing. It's a very good song about desertion. Traveller, one of them simple songs, a little bit of simple guitar, great violin from Jonathan, and a fabulous vocal from Mark. Second Life, mandolin. Simon's got the mandolin out, it mixes well together with the guitar. And the Recruiting Sergeant, really good track. Banjos, guitars, works together. It's a brilliant album. The concept of this album is war. It tells you different aspects of war, from taking part, not wanting to take part, what's happening at home. That's why I love this album. It's the good and bad of war. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.5. So there we go, some Levelers. Great band. Don't get enough love on YouTube, but they are still a fabulous band. Okay, that's all for today. I'll be back tomorrow, and we've got a sophomore drone. Got an interesting one for you tomorrow. It's Sparks, and it's a woofer in tweeters clothing, and Queen 2. Also tomorrow, it's Pick and Mix, Paint by Numbers, and not as advertised. It's not the Moddy Blues, it will be the Moody Blues. Yes, I made a bit of a cock up last week, but there you go. But I have altered it so that it won't read, it reads right. And don't forget, there is no live stream this week because I'm off doing a little thing for VE Day. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye for now.